Oh, hello everybody, it's Jackie here, just sharing another mini I've been working on for the last few weeks, slowly. Another one that I made very hard for myself, really, by putting in extra pages rather than my usual 6. I was messing about with manila folders and folding them in such a way that each page on my Laura Denison Stack the Deck binding has actually got two pages with it, so I've ended up with 12 pages in this album. It's a little bit fat. I've used the 1/4 inch standard distance between the Stack the Deck fins, and I haven't embellished it that highly, but it is still quite thick, so I haven't put a closure on this album. It's using the Prima Fairy Rhymes collection. It's quite pretty, a bit different from my usual taste. I wasn't sure when I started it, but the album's turned out quite nice, really. It measures, the cover measures 5 by 6 and a bit, and the pages are just a little bit smaller. I messed up the spine the first time, which is why this lace is here. It tore because I'd used wet glue, so I had to put another layer over the top, and then I ended up with a ridge, so the lace is covering the ridge. A bit of lace along the front here, die cut daily, that's from Cheery Lynn. The flowers are Rose Creations from Spellbinders. They're all die cut and just layered up and glittered. I've used quite a lot of glossy accents and glitter in this book, and I've just called it My Story. I haven't done anything on the inside covers at the moment. I don't always do that, depending on what I might use the album for. I might make it a bit more personalised depending on the pictures. First page is a photo mat with a layered up flower. It does glisten a little bit with, I think I used on that the Glitter Glam, Tattered Angels Glimmer Glam. And this is a slider pocket, so it pulls out, oops, just get a helping hand, pulls out like that. It's not usually stiff, there we are, those two, and goes back in quite easily. The edge punch is Martha Stewart. I've left a lot of the pages pretty flat. The way I've constructed the pages, you end up with 2 that have no gutter, and then in between there's the 1/4 inch gutter. So page 2 is just the paper, and I don't know if you can see that I've glossy accented the bird and a couple of the flowers there, and I've added a little embellishment here from the die cut flowers just to fill that corner. This page is now what's this? Is a Spellbinders die, one of the new oh gosh, I can't remember what they're called, Glamorous Ovals, something like that. And then each of the second pages of each one has got a pocket, and I've just used a stamp on the side on each one, a different stamp. So that's page 4, just a pocket with a photo mat in there. I've used pretty much the same embellishments throughout. Stuck mainly to the flowers and leaves. I wanted to make sure that I had a bit of bright green on each page, just adds a bit more continuity to it. This page I've done a side pocket and a tag. I didn't want to cover this very pretty little girl, Rose Fairy, I guess. And that stops in there. And then we're on to another oval die, embellished with the leaves and the flowers. This page is the paper with a small embellishment on it, and the glittered and glossy accented butterfly and flowers there. That's a little terranium, I think they're called, stamp on the back of that. I just masked the edge of each of these journaling spots with post-it notes, tore them so you've got a rough edge around there so that the lines weren't all exactly straight and square. Then on this page I put a tag and a little opening photo mat there. This page is just as it is, the glossy accents and glitter on the butterflies, die cut key here which is layered up to make it look a little bit more like a chipboard embellishment. Back to the ovals on my flat pages, very pretty girl here, and again I've put some glossy accents and glitter on that picture. Let's see what's on this tag. Bird and branches. This page, we've got the gutter here, so the embellishments are a little bit fatter. I've used the other half of the doily die, which is from the front, to make a pocket, and a couple of tags using my Marianne Creatables fancy die tag, and I've put the glossy accents on the bird on that page. Small oval die on this one, and a Spellbinders labels die at the bottom, which you could write on or put a date on, and the glittered up flower. This page, I've made an envelope out of the paper. I didn't want to cover up this particularly, although obviously you could put a photo over that if you want to, and I've glossy accented and glittered the hot air balloon there. This paper clip needs a bit of ribbon on it, and I want to use the spotted ribbon that was on the earlier tag, but I've run out. I've got to remember where I bought that from, see if I can get any more. 2 plain photo mats and another photo mat in the pocket. Really pretty paper, that one. Here I've done a waterfall, very simple, just with photo mats and a few spaces for journaling. This is the ribbon that I need to get a little bit more of. On this page I've used the labels tag again, and another Spellbinders die to make a round photo mat. And then on this page I've glittered up the flowers around this little girl, and I've cut out a banner from the paper, and I've just glossy accented that as well, just to, that corner looks a bit bare, it was just to finish that corner off. Photo mat and a butterfly cut from the paper, and another photo mat here with the stamp and the journaling lines. This page has a belly band with a couple of photo mats. This was just the paper cut out. Again, I'm going to put the ribbon on that if I can find it again. Photo mats on there. And this page is very simple. I've just used the Martha Stewart punch to make a border along here, but I've only stuck it along the bottom so that another of these tags can just slot in there. The banner is cut with a die out of the paper. Just a couple of layers there. This is just embroidery thread. There's a pretty rectangle die cut from Spellbinders on that page, and this paper, which I really liked, I've left blank for a photo, perhaps a little space for a date here. That's the mat on that page and the journaling. And then the last page is another little girl. I'm not quite so keen on this one, but she's in there anyway, and I've done nothing more on there than put a little die cut, as you can see. I guess you could put a tiny photo or write on that. There's also a few lines here if you wanted to write. So that's my Fairy Rhymes journal. As I say, I quite liked it in the end, but I must learn to only put 6 pages in my albums. Hope to see you soon. Thank you for watching.